Hey, welcome back to 1 Minute Excel. Today we'll take a look at the NPV and IRR formulas. NPV stands for net present value. It's the value today of a sum of money in contrast to the future value once invested. And then the IRR is just a metric we use to kind of estimate the profitability of potential future investments, looking at it today. It'll make more sense as we walk through it. Each formula just basically has a couple components. The NPV, you'll provide the rate you want to compare against, and then a set of values. And the IRR, we will just provide the set of values. We're going to leave guess blank. The guess would just be a number close to an estimated return, and if you leave it blank, it will assume 10%. So walking through the example here, we're going to compare against a savings account with a 6% savings rate. What I did here is I just said if we took an investment option 1 here and we had 5 years, here's just the estimated cash flows, with the first year just being the amount we're investing in the project. So for the net present value, we're going to say equals, and we'll write NPV, open parentheses, the rate here, I'm going to select over here, I'm going to hit F4 to lock this cell because we'll be referring to it a few times, comma, and then let's select the range here. And then close parentheses, hit enter. So what it's saying here is this is greater than 0, so technically it's a better return than what the savings account would provide us. And then if we do the IRR, the internal rate of return, we say equals IRR, open parentheses, select the values here in this range, just select them there, leave guess blank, so close parentheses, hit enter, and we can see that it's basically showing a rate of 7%, which is better than the 6% here. And what it's saying essentially is if you wanted this NPV to be 0, the rate on the savings account would have to be 7 instead of 6. And what we can do really quick is we're just going to copy these down and adjust the formulas. You can see it's actually picked up everything correctly. So in the second investment, much better returns right from the get-go on the NPV, and a much better IRR calculated, 11% versus 6. And then I'm just going to copy it down for the last example here just to show the inverse. So in this case, you can see it's probably rounding, but it's lower than 6% there, and you'd actually be losing a little bit of money based on the NPV calculation here. So just remember, NPV less than 0 means it's worse than the savings account rate. NPV greater than 0 would indicate that it's higher, and your IRR is basically the rate required for the NPV to be 0 for these two investments to be equal. So what you would do, for example, if I copied this over and pasted it in, if we change the rate here, you would see NPV would now go to 0, just to demonstrate that there. And that's a really quick run through of the NPV and IRR. Thanks for watching.